I wanted to also ask you, what was your favorite part of this all? Like, what's your favorite part of being a business owner?
Everything. Like a lot of people ask me that, and I'm like, everything. Like I love the customers. I mean, you have those, bless them. But like, I love every single thing about it. From have for it being mine,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do what I love to do versus having to work somebody else's clock. I just get like a rush of joy, energy, working for myself, as well as like servicing the customers. I'm all about like helping people, and I just love people. So that was like something else. I'm really just like in love with the whole being in the process. Like the process was kind of like the hardest thing for me to accept. But now that I've accepted it, like now it's just like, okay, what's next? Like I love picking out the clothes, finding the clothes, actually feeling the quality. I love testing out the makeup products. Like I love every single last. It's not like one particular thing that I'm like, ooh, that's my favorite thing to do. It's just like
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of In Real Life. And today I have a very special person. It's always a very special person, but this is like sis. Like, we literally grew up together.
period.
Like, literally grew up together. Every time I think about it, I'll be like, dang, I know Amber forever.
Ever.
Like, literally forever. So, y'all know I always start out with like introductions to how I met the people that are on my show. So, Amber and I danced together since we were like 8, 9, around that
Yeah.
time. I feel like we were in Primus together. Was that it? Or was it
No,
Dream?
I got thrown in that class the day of. My first day I got thrown in your class.
What?
I remember. My first day I got thrown in your class because my teacher did not show up.
Wow. Okay. So at our dance studio, we had like basic classes and then we had company classes. So I don't even know how long, it's been so long now, but I feel like I took like two regular classes, like for two
Probably.
years,
Because
and then I
something.
went to Primates. But I
Yeah.
just remember Amber and I being in the same company at one point. But we did meet like really young. And then we ended up going to high school together, and then we ended up going to college together for a little bit. So it's just life is just like I just kept running into the kid. I'm like, okay, Jesus, I guess it's supposed to be a thing, a sisterhood. So I always call like people from MBS are like my dance family, like my dance sisters for life. And y'all know it's Money March, so I'm interviewing entrepreneurs that I know that seem like they out here working their butts off, trying to get it in. Try to get this bag. Amber is an entrepreneur. So we're gonna start off with the most basic question. What do you do, Amber?
So I actually have two businesses. I am still a full-time worker. I'm coming off my job in 2 weeks. So I'm stepping on faith to be a full-time entrepreneur. Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. But so I have two businesses. I own a boutique and then I have a cosmetic company that will be rebranded this year.
Okay.
So I'm a dance coach.
What? You
Do
about to step
everything.
out? How is that? How is this stepping out on faith situation going? Like, do you felt like God was like, okay, it's time to quit? Or are you just like, you know what? I don't care at this moment what God is saying. I'm just ready to go.
No, 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 no. I had to. I actually prayed about it and I got the release to go ahead and go. It just was starting to get really bad on the job and I was like, you know what? I'm not about to be miserable and working. Okay.
Okay, because they not paying you enough to steal. I saw the status on Facebook that said they not paying you enough to steal your joy, so don't let them. I was like, that's a word right there. That's a whole
Not
word.
a dollar. Not a dollar worth it at all. Mm-mm.
Okay, so as far as your businesses go, how did we get to these businesses? Like, how? What's the story? What made you be like, okay, I want to start this business?
So boutique just kind of popped out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just really like was like, okay, try it. Like in the past couple years, I kind of been finding like my own style personality, and a lot of people have been like, "Oh, that's dope. Like, where you find that from?" So initially I was gonna do influencer side of it, but I'm like, no, let's go ahead and just dive right on in there.
Mm,
So that's when I opened a boutique last year. The cosmetic company kind of started with the lashes.
mm,
Right after I graduated school for S3 esthetician.
mm.
So that's when I was like, okay, let me start getting in that field because I wanted to initially make my own products. Was hold on, too much work. So I just found a vendor, but I ended up dropping the ball on that because boutique ended up coming in into play. So this year is like that year. But yeah, both of them kind of just both of them are passions. So one started definitely right after school. The other one kind of just fell in down the course of time
Yeah,
through
that's
everything.
what I was gonna ask you about the boutique because when I realized that you had one, it kind of caught me off guard, and I was just like, okay, where did this come from? Like, I know you like clothes, but like I didn't think you would like dive in. Like, okay, I'm about to do this, and
Yeah,
especially a boutique like that is boss life
like my
because
so.
you really gotta be on it, and just like that's a whole different, the clothing industry is just like a whole different aspect of like making sure you got your inventory, making sure like the clothes are quality because a lot of people want a boutique and selling trash. So like you have to be on it if you want to be have like a good brand. Um, I wanted to also ask you what was your favorite part of this all? Like, what's your favorite part of being a business owner?
Everything. Like a lot of people ask me that, and I'm like, everything. Like I love the customers. I mean, you have those, bless them. But like I love every single thing about it, from have for it being mine,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do what I love to do versus having to work somebody else's clock. I just get like a rush of joy, energy, working for myself, as well as like servicing the customers. I'm all about like helping people, and I just love people. So that was like something else. Um, I'm really just like in love with the whole being in the process. Like the process was kind of like the hardest thing for me to accept. But now that I've accepted it, like now it's just like, okay, what's next? Like I love picking out the clothes, finding the clothes, actually feeling the quality. I love testing out the makeup products. Like I love every single last. It's not like one particular thing that I'm like, oh, that's my favorite thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like now going through the process and actually picking out what my favorite is, or picking out what shirt I'm gonna pick, or what lip color I'm gonna choose for the gloss line. Like it's just everything now at this point.
Okay, so what's the most challenging part about the process?
Customer service. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Because regardless of how you feel, like for example, like with UPS, well, USPS, Postal Service,
Mm-hmm.
like for a while they were giving us the flux as business owners, and people did not know, and people were not, at you want your package because you paid for it, so you ready for it to get to you. I had someone in Arizona that I had shipped her package at the beginning of the month. She didn't get to the end of the month. But of course, she's going to be irate and try to figure out, okay, what's going on. But at the end of the day, it's like,
It's out of my hands.
it's not even me. Like,
Yep.
it has nothing to do. So you get those customers that are like going on the phone, cussing you out, and you're just like, I accept every single last word. However, like it's out of my hands. I did my job. You got your tracking number, so it's not me. So customer service, I think, is the hardest part right now, just because of the climate of the country. Like we're in the middle of a pandemic, so a lot of things are a lot slower. Where I think my vendor may be shipping it to me, they may have to wait until they get the clearance or whatever the time for it to get here. Is just that part right now. It's the
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Cause I think, well, I had something shipping from far away, but I swear it took a good 4 months to come. And I was just like, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
it's always like kind of being the middle person in customer service that's the most nerve wracking because even though this is big side note, but like me, I never worked in like every. It seems like everybody had like a mall job when they were younger. I never worked in a mall, but I did used to be a waitress. So being the person that's like, okay, I'm the middleman. I'm transferring the food from the kitchen to you. You mad because the kitchen is going through it right now. We don't understand what's going on. We don't know why people are behind. But that's not my fault. Like my job is to carry the food from the kitchen to you and make sure that it's all good and you enjoy your food. That's it. Like I'm not making the food. So you cussing me out is not gonna do anything. You need to talk to the manager and figure out what's going on in the kitchen.
right?
So yeah, that's what in that case it would just be like, okay, at the end of the day, everybody is waiting. because for a long time they didn't have like workers working at the post office. Like it was only a certain amount of workers. So now, and I just feel like ever since I moved down here, the post office is just always slow. Even before the pandemic, like I don't know why they just move slow down here in Atlanta, and I just be like, okay, y'all, let's get to it. So on
Right.
top of like, okay, it was one person. Now it's really like nobody but one person working back and forth, taking care of customers and checking packages because a lot of our packages don't even come. Well, in my unit, they don't come to like the office anymore. So if you got a larger package, one that can't fit in your mailbox, you have to go to the post office and pick it up. So it's just, yeah, that's a lot. So I understand that. But like, I was actually surprised that you said customer service because I feel like me starting my own business for like the beauty side of things. I am such a creative person. I really don't like to do business stuff, but I know that it needs to get done
Yeah.
because I don't want to like trust anybody else. Like I want to know, I want to be knowledgeable of the business aspect of things, but
Mhm.
I feel like for me, paperwork is the hardest. Like figuring out what is what and what means what and like the legalistic things. So, but you
And
said
tax time. Woo!
yeah, that I'm really like, okay, God, and God is just like, you it's not gonna be easy, son. Like you just thought you just gonna jump in here, and it's just like, yeah, you really have to make sure if you want your business to run smoothly, you have to make sure that like your paperwork is legit.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, what have you learned the most about being an entrepreneur? It could
Patience.
be multiple things, but
Patience.
okay.
Because my boutique had a name before I even got the name that I use now. And I
Oh.
was just so ready to just be like, I'm ready to launch my boutique and I want everybody to see it. And it wasn't even ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had a whole different name. I paid for the name, was on my way to trademarking the name. And then God was like, hey, it's like, use this name instead. And I'm like, dang, I already paid all this money. So patience for one, for sure. Like I think that might be the biggest thing. Consistency. It's been so many times that I just been ready to drop the ball and be like, forget it, y'all can have this boutique. But consistency is a thing because if I'm not consistent, how can I expect the customers or consumers to say, okay, I want to purchase from you? They're not even, it's not even a consistent basis on me posting on Instagram or me posting on Facebook or me interacting with my
Mm-hmm.
consumers. Consistency is something else. So patience and consistency, I think, are the two biggest things for me.
Okay. That's real. I think most entrepreneurs, a lot of people, especially our generation, feel like you jump into something and then because it seems like, and I'm not saying they're not those chosen few who just take off,
Mhm.
but for most of us, it's like a slow process to get into like building that clientele. And yeah, you gotta have patience for that.
Yeah, and the way social
Patience.
media is too, like you look up on your social media page, like, oh shoot, she popped up yesterday. In actuality, she been working at this, like for example, Mia Ray. In everybody's head, it's like, dang, she just came out of nowhere. But in actuality, a long time ago, I remember in high school reading some of her blogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this wasn't just like she woke up and was like, dang, my stuff's done out in 7 minutes. When in actuality, she's been working at through for some years. So social media have our minds thinking that, oh, this person just woke up today and they just made a million, when in actuality they've been doing this for some time.
Yep. That's really how it be. You be like, oh, they just popped out of nowhere. Jesus, I could do it too. No, they've been behind the scenes working. Um, okay, yeah, patience in Jesus and all of that. Good. What about like, do you have at this point in your business, do you have like a team or are you still doing like everything yourself?
Everything is me.
Wow.
I do get those like every once in a while, like, hey, I'm busy. Can you drop the package off? Like, okay, bet, sure. But outside of like actually working them, it's just me. I
Wow.
don't have a team. It's just me.
You superwoman.
I'm doing everything. That's what I was like, I gotta leave this job because me,
Mm,
I'll be at work consumed with so much business stuff. Like, I gotta
mm,
go home and do this. I gotta go home. And by the time I would get home and be done with everything that I needed to do for my job, It'd be 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm just like, yeah,
I'm about to chill.
good
Go to
night.
bed. Go to bed. Yeah. I feel like once you get to that point to where your business is starting to pick up, I feel like this when you can, even though it's scary, that's like when you can be like, okay, now I have all this business that I can focus on and actually do. It's time for me to like, okay, peace out,
Yeah.
out of here. Um, what more would you tell somebody who is thinking about stepping out and being an entrepreneur? Because I feel like a lot of people, you had your businesses before the pandemic happened. The pandemic kind of pushed a lot of people outside of their comfort zone. A lot of people grew businesses out of boredom. A
Mhm.
lot of people grew businesses really had the time to like develop one. So now, all of this time they not at work no more, whatever the case may be, they have time to focus on that now. And a lot of people kind of was just pushed into it
Mhm.
financially, like, okay, well, I need to make money. So what would you tell somebody who is like, okay, I'm gonna do this?
Just do it. Like honestly, like that was my thing when I started the boutique. Like this is like in the middle of a pandemic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started my boutique in October.
Mm-hmm.
We still not out of this clear, you know what I'm saying, all the way. So just do it. Like what my thing would be, well, my question to that individual would be what is holding you back from doing it? If it's your passion, if it's your purpose, if you feel like it's your purpose, if you feel like it's your vision, if you feel like it's what God called you to do, why are you not doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. It's no at this point, it's no other reason why we shouldn't be doing what we're supposed to be doing. Because some of these jobs don't care if you contract COVID. Some of these jobs don't care if you don't have no more money. Some of these jobs don't care if they don't care. They don't, their mind is you better come to work. I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care if you get COVID. I don't care what you know what I'm saying? So why not work for yourself? Why not, if it's what you want to do, just do it. Like I mean, it's easier said than done because you look at, like you said, the paperwork. You're looking at the, okay, I got to file tax. You're looking at, okay, well, how much money do I need to invest in my business? When in actuality, if it's what you're supposed to be doing, everything will line up.
Mm-hmm.
So just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like they have to like be super business savvy before they start, and that was me. And I'm in the process of like just listening to podcasts and like just learning things little by little, because your business is specific to you. There are going to be some things that other people might not be able to relate to,
Mhm.
and you might just have to learn on your own. You might just have to take that step, fall on your face, get back up. So, yeah, do
We
you have anything else to say to the people?
Jesus and Google is everything. Jesus, Google, and YouTube, and finding a mentor. Like I do recommend that. Like who mentors like help, like finding someone in your field that can help you, even if it's for 3 to 6 months or for a year. Finding a mentor in your field that's where you want to go. Like I'm so grateful for mine because now like I have a goal in front of me. Like it's like having a carrot in front of you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, well this is what she's doing. I gotta match that. Especially
Mm-hmm.
if not at this point I'm her mentee. It's no way that I should be lacking anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now that I've got knowledge. So mentors help. Just do it. Like at this point, just do it. I swear. There's
Just
no
do
reason
it.
why we shouldn't be, especially like our age, like we're so creative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like our age group, we're so creative. We're on social media all day long. If I'm be on social media all day long, I might as well be pushing myself. Or I might as well be in the influencer side, or I might as well be an affiliate of somebody's business. If I'm gonna be sitting on my butt all day long, not doing nothing, collecting unemployment, you might as well do something with your life. You know what I'm saying? So
Might as well do something with your life.
might as well.
Oh, thank you, Amber. I was excited to talk
You.
to you. Yeah, this girl's smart. This girl also Rainy alum, how we do.
Period.
Stay warm up there in them Detroit streets. Trying to think of anything else
Girl, in
that
a minute, I'm gonna be right there with you. Stop playing. Stop,
listen, Amber
stop playing.
came and stayed with me, and I was like, "Do you want to stay longer?" Like she was just like, "I don't know. I should have stayed longer. I should have stayed a week." I'm like, "Girl, you can stay
You know
longer.
I
It's
cried on
okay."
my flight coming home. No cap.
You
The first
did?
flight coming home, and the lady asked me, she was like, "Are you okay? Like, is there?" I was like, "Yes, I just do not want to come back here." And I put my glasses on and just lay back in my seat. She thought something legit was wrong, and I was like, "I don't want to go back."
Oh.
Like, it was out the rest of
When
the
did
day.
you? I forgot when you came. Was it like October, November?
It was October. I want to
Was it
was it
October?
or
I feel like it was
November?
October when you came. Wow, it was really like 3 months ago already. That's crazy. Yeah, it was. It was. It's a different. It's definitely a different vibe here,
Oh my god!
and yeah, but I'll see y'all next time. Next episode of In Real Life. Yeah, this whole month of March is really dedicated to millennial entrepreneurs, people who have like really interesting businesses and jobs, and I'm just very interested in what people are doing because, like you said, we have a really creative generation. So I'll see y'all next time.